Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Shadowbringers. In the last episode, we met the dwarves of Tomra, and then headed out to the sulfur mines, fighting a whole bunch of sin eaters on the way to find the material that we need for the Talos heart that we're going to need to build as part of the giant Talos that we have planned to make. Got that. And then got a bunch of tools from the dwarves and brought them back to Top Rung, handed them out to everybody, and they are all now working on mining all the material that we're going to need to build this thing. So that's kind of where we are at the moment. So we need to talk to Alphino, figure out what it is we need to do next, and keep on going here. Alright, let's go ahead and jump right on in and see what is next on the docket here. Alright, Alphino is bound for Amity. Alright. Well, my friend, it appears that we are the only ones left here. If you've no other pressing tasks, would you care to accompany me to Amity? There, you still is overseeing those who will imbue the Talos with magics. Come, let us join them at once. Alright then. And I have been working on leveling the character. So we're at the level 79 now. And in case anybody is curious, took care of all the Ether Current quests. So now we just need to finish the main story line in the zone to be able to fly here. And at some point I do need to break off and finish up the role quests for level 78, which I haven't done yet. And I'll probably want to do that relatively soon, actually. Alright, let's see what Y'shtola has to say here. Good of you to join us. I'm pleased to say we have gathered ample help for the imbuing. With Master Chai in the process of finalizing his design, I have taken the liberty of dispatching all hands to their positions. You hurtle along as though I have my house in order, but quite frankly, this is the most disorganized mess of a project I've ever overseen. I haven't spent nearly as much time as I would like on my calculations. So thou hast proclaimed loudly and frequently, Master Chai, yet from my perspective, a layman's though it may be, haste notwithstanding, thou hast gone to great lengths, abiding by proven methodology to ensure the integrity of thy design. Aye, well, that's just the bare minimum that's expected of us at the Stoneworks. Though our glory days are behind us, I've not forgotten our time-honored traditions. But I should mention that the Exarch delivered the ore I asked for. Earthseed, I believe he called it. In that quantity, I believe we can fashion a suitable heart for the Talos. And then everything will be in readiness, or so I would like to say. Is there a problem? In a Talos of, well, any reasonable size, a single heart will serve to circulate ether throughout the chassis. But given the unprecedented proportions that which we seek to build, I doubt that will be the case. By installing smaller peripheral hearts at intervals, I believe we can maintain a stable ether flow, thereby solving the problem. However, we don't have enough ore for this purpose. Not for it, but to procure more, I suppose. Runar, mayhap now is a good time to bring them out. A moment, friends. There is something I would show you. I say, are these not heartstones? They are the most prized possession of we of the Knights Blessed, and these belong to our kindred who have left us. Immersed in water imbued with fervent prayer, these stones harbor no small amount of magic, and we may imbue them with yet more prior to the installation on the Talos. What think you? Being from a different region, these cannot be used for the main heart. The peripheral ones, on the other hand, I believe they will serve. Excellent. When Master Montoya spoke to us of the role we are to play, the Heartstones immediately came to mind. Of course, before bringing them with me, I made certain to consult my fellows first. After all, the stones bear the precious lives of those who have gone to the Sunless Sea. But we have now beheld the Sunless Sea with our very own eyes, and by the gentle lights that glimmer on high, we know that there is peace beyond. Thus are we also at peace. If our Heartstones may serve to restore night to all the world, gladly do we give them. So, Master Chai, if you could instruct us how to distribute the Heartstones. And Ayame, for good luck, may I ask that you imbue one as well? Alright. Alright, rest assured is not difficult. Simply raise your hand and focus as you would when attuning to an aetheryte. Imbue the jade-colored stone here, if you would be so kind. I believe that is the one we found. Alright, the familiar-looking heartstone appears to glow faintly. That will do. Thank you, Ayame. If this heartstone appears familiar, it is because it belonged to Todia. It bears the collective hope of the Knights Blessed, the hope that none shall ever again be sacrificed to Sin Eaters. Right. I've identified the spots on the Talos where the stones are needed. See that they are amply imbued, then install them as I've indicated on this diagram. Understood. We will set about the task at once. When the Talos awakens and the way to Mount Gulg is secured, we shall sally forth. It promises to be a trying climb, so take what rest you can in the meantime. We will see you soon. A moment, Oriange. You said that you would have measures ready in the event that our friend fails to contain the light. Do you? Be assured that I do. All which I requireth lieth in this land. Alright. Don't worry, I'll be fine. So, do we all hope, my friend? To that end, thou shouldst take such ease as thou mayest, the better to be ready thyself for the trials to come. Alright, I guess we'll speak with Chai Nuz here, turn this in. Alright, I'm told the rock for the chassis is more or less ready, all quarried and shaped and laid out. That just leaves the imbuers to do their work. I'll continue checking my calculations up until the very last moment, but it's only a matter of time now. We managed to rally nigh everyone in Norvrant for this endeavor. That's a remarkable feat in itself, but will it be enough? I will take those, actually, Abyssal Blue, Storm Blue, Woad Blue, no, we'll take the silver pieces. I actually think this is a good spot to go ahead and break off and take care of that role quest. Let me just see what this is going to be. He's looking a little anxious. Okay. Yeah, I think this is probably a good spot. So go ahead and break off. I think that the next quest occurs in Ilmeg. So we'll go ahead and travel over there. Plot any. Alright, so we'll give them some time to work on the Talos while we take care of some of the business. Alright, yep, there it is. Alright, Sul-Ul and grandson. Alright, Sul-Ul seems rather more pleased to entertain you than grandson. Alright, exemplary timing, Ayame. 'Twas not more than a moment ago that grandson returned, having at last obliged my humble request. Humble request, my arse. This one's no better than a Yulmoran aristocrat. So accustomed to making others do their bidding, I tell you there's something off-putting about taking orders from a dog. Ere you continue and give me cause to reconsider aiding your hunt, perhaps you should ask your questions. Fine. Ayame said she saw a vision of you and Branden looking thick as thieves. You are friends, eh? Know what he's up to now? Branden is dead. He died a century ago, along with his comrades, in an attempt to halt the flood that they themselves set in motion. I presume you speak of the eater that took possession of his corpse. Dikaiosine, aye. But unlike most eaters, he's been doing more than roam about aimlessly. For some reason, he's been hunting down the royal treasures of Old Verbert. And he's been killing anyone who got in his way. Is he now? What irony. Even in death, he remains a slave to duty, a knight brave and true. He's a murderer, and I'll not hear it said otherwise. He ruined my life, killed my beloved right before my very eyes. Every night I go to bed dreaming of the day I'll take my revenge. Oh, I see. Truly you have suffered a terrible loss, but while your thirst for vengeance is quite natural and understandable, it is ultimately misguided. Unusual behavior notwithstanding, Dikaiosine is nevertheless no more than an eater. To hate him is to hate the sea that claims the ship, the disease that steals the child, the tremor that topples the home, the mindless force of nature that begets destruction, driven by fragmented memory. Don't you dare make excuses for him. You think I wanted any of this? I grew up on a farm. I could barely wield a sword, and now I've got to kill one of the bloody cardinal virtues. Hate and anger and vengeance of all I've got now. My every waking moment is dedicated to plotting his death. It has to be. It has to be. So just tell us where the God's damn ring is and we'll be on our way. This is how it has to be, Who you have to be? Nay, I think not. You ask too much, demand far, far too much. In exchange for what? This I cannot abide. Are you trying to barter with me, you little shite? Tell me what I want to know or I'll beat it out of you. Back off, Ayame. I won't let anyone or anything stand between me and Melinda's murderer. Branden was a dear friend. To know that an eater disgraces his flesh and his memory pains me more than I can well express. It would bring me great comfort if you were to grant him peace. I should like to share with you a story, if you would be so kind as to join me in Liagia. This had better have a point. Alright, well, let's head on over there then. Oh, that needs to be over here. Have to remember that I can fly here. He's getting out to the castle a bit easier. Oh, this is going to be a solo instance? Alright. Let's proceed. Alright, 'tis beautiful, even now. A palace of forgotten dreams. But before it was Eorzea, in the time of Verbert, it was Grunez Licht. The memory of mine in which you walked was a troubled time, when the people of our kingdom were preyed upon by an ambitious fool. Branden, then a young knight who had only just won his spurs, had caught the eye of Princess Saldia, who chose him as her personal guardian. However, he was far too inexperienced and was unable to keep her safe when she ventured outside these walls on one of her investigations. For his failure, he was stripped of his knighthood, and shortly thereafter he quit Verbert. I thought I would never see him again. But then, one day, he returned, one of several wandering adventurers led by a man named Ardbert, who had accepted our invitation to look into the mysterious transformations, which had continued unabated in Branden's absence. Lady Saldia was overjoyed, and for a time it was like nothing had changed. They spoke often and grew even closer. And then came the day when we learned the truth. When we learned that the architect of our kingdom's suffering was none other than the court mage, Tadric. It's him, Branden. I'm sorry. So am I. Come, let's have done with it. It was you, Tadric. Do not deny it. Tormenting our people, twisting and transforming them into monsters, and for what? Branden, and after I took such pains to be rid of you. You may strip me of my titles, but not my oaths. I shall serve Lady Saldia till my dying breath. As you like. Once I have killed you and your friends, there will be no one left to stop me from claiming the throne. Hear me, my children, the hour of reckoning is at hand. Rejoice, for a noble sacrifice shall you find everlasting glory. Lord Taldric, it hurts. Soon you shall know no more pain. I was going to make it quick, for old time's sake, but now I think I ought to take my time. So we are playing this out. Alright, what do we got? Following weapon skills in succession: fast blade, rifle, sword, swashbuckler. Weapon skills in succession: sun, shadow, greatest eclipse. Alright, I have to figure what that is. Physical damage down by 25%. Restores HP. Interrupts use of a target's action. Right. Just sorting out where everything is. Alright, so that is that. That is AoEs. We'll just stick with the single target for now. He's drawing upon the ether of his thralls. Kill them. Alright, I think this is where we can use... let's get them in here. Get both of them in there. There we go. You have a paladin and a warrior in the same party. Oh, don't let him cast a spell. Interrupt. There we go. Wrong him. There we go. Okay. Well, this is probably where we're going to want to start doing some AoEs. Alright. This. Right, he's transforming more of them. Well, that guy's not dying very quickly. Alright, drag them into the center. There we go. And I think he's... Nope, he's not quite out of followers just yet. To stand in the way. Alright, both of those are done. Oh. He's preparing, we cannot let him finish. Alright, well, I'll just start working him over. Sanctified Quake 3. Alright, well, hopefully we can wear him down fast enough. He is out of followers to convert. Yeah, we got him. There we go. Meddlesome wretch. This kingdom is by rights mine. Branden, what is the meaning of this? Oh, it's Saldia. Tandric, you... But why, after serving us faithfully for so many years? I am no servant, not of your mother or father, or you. My lady. Well, that's not good. Gods damn you. Lady Saldia, speak to me. Branden, my dear, brave Branden, am I your princess still? Would you honor your vows, even now? Now and ever after, my lady. My sword is yours to command. That as well. But that I had the strength to wield it myself. Steel your heart, brave Branden, and for the good of Verbert and her people. No, 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 I cannot. I will not. Honor your vows to your kingdom, to your princess. To your friend, who never doubted you, who knew that you would return and see justice. No, it should be me. Branden, my sword, now and ever after. We've rounded up the rest of Taldar's co-conspirators and tossed them in the jail. The ones who hadn't been corrupted by his magics, that is. I'll not hesitate again, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. Alright, we're back to the present. Well, you saw what happened. Wicked White. She begged him to do it. Like Melinda. Come, let us quit this place and return to Pla Annie. Alright, so back to Pla Annie. Turn this in. Alright. Do you know why I entered into the royal family service many long years ago? Because when I was attacked by a wild beast which nearly tore me to shreds, it was Lady Soldia who came to my rescue. She saved me, and that is a debt that can never be repaid, for there is naught in this world which holds greater value than life itself. Not even her death absolves me of it, and so I must always first consider her wishes, her desires, what she would want for me and her kingdom, for Branden, and yes, even for you, grandson. For me? To define oneself in opposition to the other, and other bereft of complexity or nuance, wholly devoid of redeeming qualities, a villain, indeed there is comfort and certainty in hatred, but is a false and fleeting comfort. Bought with lies, we tell ourselves about who we are, what we must be, and what we must do. And never you mind the cost. If anything, the more we offer up in sacrifice, the better. Do you not see? Branden was right to hesitate, to doubt. The unwavering blade cares not whom it serves, nor who it cuts. I think I need a moment. Perhaps you do as well. Leave us for now, Ayame. Alright. So no, I did not actually need access to... Oh, wait, there's a whole nother quest here. The level 80 quest. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and decline on that one. We'll do that one when I actually hit level 80. Because, I don't think I'm quite ready for that just yet. Alright, but I think that will bring us to the end of the episode. And yeah, we'll go ahead and finish up our work with the Talos in Eorzea. That's the place. And then we'll see how things go. I might actually be able to get my character level 80 before the next episode. That certainly could be possible. But maybe we'll finish this up first, and then once we finish this up, then we'll go ahead and do finish off the efforts in Eorzea with the Talos. I'll have to see. It all depends on whether or not I can push my character to 80 by that point. Alright, but for now, we'll go ahead and stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you next time.